Welcome into the Auburn Rec Center for the Gulf of America and the inmates, the men's independent final. Welcome into the Auburn Rec Center for the inmates in the Gulf of America, the men's independent final set to get underway. My partner and I, Joe Zagelski, who's joining me on this call. Yeah, we just got done with the large frat. It was a great game.
Another 40 came on top.
Another 40 minutes ahead of us as it's tapped out of bounds to start this one.
Okay, I thought the clock stopped for a second, but
no,
it kept running. That ADHD in me thought a second lasted way longer than it did.
So it'll be the Detroit inmates with the ball. See what Detroit can get moving here early.
Ooh, God, he's showing off those handles, but his handles got the best of him.
Flicked away. The Gulf of America. What a beautiful name. Beautiful name.
You think the inmates would be in black.
Oh, that's a great backdoor pass and up and in. A 2-point lead early for the Gulf of America.
They practiced that one.
They did. That was a heck of a play right there. Hope to see more of that. Saw a couple of dunks in warm-ups as they worked their way into the paint. Kicked outside. A lot of driving. Extra pass. 3 on the way. Won't go. Rebound with the Gulf of America.
Shouldn't the inmates be in all black?
You would. They wear orange, do they not? And the fadeaway too is
orange,
in the net.
Black, both, right?
It's possible. It's possible.
You know, the old 50s style were black and white jail uniforms.
That is true. That's
great
the
reverse layup right there.
It's a heck of a move right there to get the Detroit inmates on the board. 4-2 your score. 18.5 minutes left in this first half. Driving inside, working his way, blocked and a foul called. He'll head to the line for 2. That's Colin Hester driving to the rack for the Gulf of America.
How on earth did you see that number?
They are written on there in white crayon, maybe?
I can't tell.
Crayon?
I can't see them.
No, it's not very vivid at all. As the first one won't go. We saw it in our first matchup, Joe.
Man, I'm starting to get it a little bit.
Yeah. Free throws down the stretch became an important part of the game. You got to make them early and often. The second one heads through the net, so a 5-2 lead here early for the Gulf of America. Detroit cut the lead to 1 or tied here. Aggressive around the paint, both teams so far.
Yeah, number 11 is quite the aggressive player on defense.
As he coughs it up again, that's his second turnover of the game. It's with the Gulf of America reach-in foul. They're going to get Jake Koziak. Yeah, Jake Koziak with the foul there. Little reach in. Nothing to be ashamed of there. The aggressiveness, the intensity.
Good friend of mine.
Is he? Well, I'm glad you know how to say his last name. It looks weird on paper. Drives inside. The reverse layup won't go.
Jake with the rebound. I would not know how to pronounce it if I didn't know the guy.
Yeah. We'll see what
with a last name like Zagelski, I can sympathize.
Yeah. Not easy, some last names. The floater up and in for Detroit, getting inside early. Both teams haven't had a 3 attempted. 1 3 attempted so far as we're 3 minutes into this one. 5-4 your score. Drives the lay. That's a great layup. Contested layup right there. So 7-4 now the lead. Stretches to 3.
In contrast to the Large Frat Championship, we've seen a lot more of that driving down to the paint, earning your points kind of style of basketball.
Absolutely. A much more civilized, organized game as number 11, Colin Hester, it's Winston Lyle drives home for Detroit. Outside, corner 3 on the way, just a little bit short. Rebound Detroit.
Same team. Got it. Only one of you needs to get the ball.
Winston Lyle. Couple of options. Swings to the corner. Baseline drive. Spins back. The floater is up and good. That's a heck of a shot right there, Joe.
They're playing disciplined basketball. They don't need three-pointers when they're making layups and getting quality looks at the ball.
Samuel Thayer, the captain, put it up and in, and Gulf of America responds real quick with their captain, Thomas Toole.
Real smash-mouth basketball. Not too aggressive on the defense so far.
No, pretty fast-paced game as the layup is missed. Rebound Detroit. They'll slow the pace down finally a little bit. A couple of back-and-forth plays there. Detroit leads by 1. Gulf America by 1. 3 on the way. Got it!
Nylon.
That's a heck of a shot right there.
And Gulf America takes their first lead of the game.
Colin Hester sunk that one for the Gulf of America. 12-8, a 4-point lead. Pump fake didn't like his shot. Gives off to Lyle. Lyle drives the floater way short, an air ball. And Gulf of America going to push the pace again.
You've got
couple
the momentum.
Of options. Hester in the corner. Thought better of it. And they'll reset.
Yeah, that corner's a bad place to be.
Oh, that's a beautiful entry pass up and in. The layup. 14-8, the largest lead of the game, extends for the Gulf of America to 6. Detroit needs to come up with an answer. An easy drive, kicked out corner, 3 on the way. Yeah, you betcha. Number 41 there for Detroit. That is Joshua Unger. A heck of a shot from him in a big spot. 14-11, the lead for the Gulf of America. Hester thought better of the free throw line, too. A slap backboard there by Lyle may have disrupted the shot.
Lyle got up there.
He did. That was a powerful slap on the backboard there. Either way, it comes away with Detroit. Driving floater, left short, bounces off the front of the rim.
Lyle with a
great rebound, kicked out to the corner. Another drive attempt here for Detroit.
Koziak with the great finish.
It's a great finish. I love the little hop step. He was behind the backboard. A long cross-court pass to the corner. The 3 off the back iron. Couldn't get it to go. Detroit doesn't have numbers. Going to push it anyway. Takes the 3. Back of the rim. Rebound Gulf of America. I don't love that shot in that scenario, Joe.
No, the momentum's on your side. You've been playing good, smart basketball.
No-look pass to the corner. Was looking for the three-point shooter, Hester.
Speaking of not smart basketball, he was trying to be fancy there with the no-look corner pass. And the pros make it look easy, but it's not.
No, it is not something that takes a lot of practice. Deeper benches for these two teams, something we didn't see in the first game, something that clearly affected Theta Chi in our large frat championship. So we'll see how the larger benches impact a game like this. The lead 14-13 in favor of the Gulf of America. A deep 2, just a little short, and the rebound with the Gulf of America.
I hate the deep 2s.
Yeah, the deep 2s. It's an inefficient shot by the Bucks.
It's the worst shot.
It's the worst shot in basketball by the Bucks. Picked up his dribble maybe a little early there. It's with the captain who drives baseline up and in. That was good defense from Lyle. Not much he could have done.
Better offense.
Yeah, great job from Thomas Tall to use his body to box out Lyle on the baseline there. Oh, spin move, lay, got it in the foul. We'll go for 3 the old-fashioned way. Number 41, Joshua Unger, spun to the rack.
Another really close battle so far, which, great for us. We want to see some entertaining basketball.
16-15, the lead for the Gulf of America. Unger will have a chance to tie here if he can knock down his free throw, and he does. So we're tied at 16, 12-20 left in this first half.
I want to see the free throws go down. We didn't get to see a lot of that in the last game, and those are the easy ones.
Yeah, call them free for a reason, do they not?
They do.
Pick and roll. Picked up his dribble a little bit early. Backdoor pass. Couldn't find the hands of the target.
A little too high.
A little too high. Can't hit your hands though, Joe. That's what a quarterback's
football.
coach would say. Just saying.
I think he was ready to shoot, so he wasn't really looking to bring it in. So got to stay focused before get the ball in your hands before you go up.
Absolutely. A principle of many sports. Lyle drives, lay, won't go. Rebound with Unger. Excuse me, that's not Unger. Back out to Unger. It was number 44, Nicholas Thayer with the rebound. Unger, elbow 2, got it. You bet. Pull up 2 from Unger. He's on fire. And 18-16, the lead now for Detroit. They flipped this one on their head. Driving the captain, couldn't get it to go, but gets the foul, a blocking foul there called on Unger. Thomas Tall will head to the line for 2.
Not too many three-pointers so far.
No, both teams have been very aggressive in their approach so far.
And not too many fouls either.
Gets the front end. Not too many fouls. It's been a clean game. Referees maybe letting them play a little bit. Tough teams here trying to get inside. I like it. You work inside it. It's going to open up those threes later in this first half and into the second half. He misses the second. So Detroit stays in the lead. The inmates have it. It's with Cole Kelly who will bring it up.
And we got a new referee crew. We got Griffin Battelle, Zach Thomas, and Kyle Chevelle and Ellie Raymond running the scorers table. So shout out to the referees in this one.
Three-point attempt a little bit long. Gulf of America going to push the issue. Couldn't get the layup to go. And a good rebound.
He's going
Kelly,
to take the one-on-one.
Coast to coast. He got it, you betcha. 20-17 now the lead for the Detroit inmates. It's starting to slip away here from the Gulf of America.
They were up 6.
They were up 6. They had the momentum. They had it all going right for them. Credit to Detroit. They flipped this one on their head in the first 10 minutes. We're in for an up and down roller coaster of emotion as we get started here in the men's independent championship. He rises up 4-2.
Now, I questioned whether the frats practice. I promise these guys practice.
Oh, these guys practice.
Multiple times a week, getting ready for, especially coming into the finals.
It's been.
These guys take basketball seriously.
Yeah, a lot of.
All, I'm guessing at least all were in high school varsity.
Yeah. Probably a lot of Division III offers on the court here. Chose to go to the big school instead as he drives in the 360 layup. Was never going to get that to go, but get the foul call, so head to the line for 2.
If you drive, you'll be rewarded.
Yeah.
Always a good idea.
If you build it, he will come. That's, you know what movie that's from, Joe?
The Almighty. Which one of the Almighties?
Field of Dreams.
Oh, I'm thinking they probably referenced it.
Maybe. Yeah. It could have been. Whatever came first, chicken or the egg, who cares?
It was definitely Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Front end goes.
Classic.
So we are tied at 20 here.
My favorite sports movie of all time, Coach Carter.
Coach Carter.
Great
that's
basketball movie.
It's a good choice. Taylor Halpern.
He'll miss that second layup, free throw.
Went 1 for 2 at the line.
Unger's got the ball at the top of the paint, thinking about options.
Picked up his dribble a little bit early. Common theme so far. It's back with Unger. Gets a screen. He'll use it. The good roll there. Nothing open, though. Unger.
Ooh,
no look pass to the corner. Back out for Unger. Taking their time on this possession. Detroit inmates. A deep three won't go off the front of the rim. Man, oh man, that's not a good shot. And you can't let them get the rebound. Detroit going to get a second shot at it. 3 on the way. Air ball.
That was karma.
They did not deserve points on that possession. Shovel pass. They didn't know.
Sloppy possessions. We've seen back and forth here. The logo 3 from Gulf of America, followed by a lazy turnover. No, I got that wrong. The inmates had the logo 3, followed by the lazy turnover from the Gulf of America.
Certainly not the start that these two teams were looking for after what was really a hot start compared to what we saw in the last game. And that's a heck of a pass behind the back. He couldn't finish the clip. A full court pass ahead.
Just too far. Too much on it.
Too long for him. Even if he received that one, he's in a tough spot under the basket there. 7.5.
That pass on that last possession, though, that was pretty.
Something you will look back on for sure. Clip that for his highlight reel. Lyle going to just pull up for 3, a little bit long.
He thought he got fouled, too. He went to the ground on that one.
Oh, I'm not so sure. 3 on the way, a little bit long. Offensive rebound. The putback is good. A little hook shot there.
If you're Detroit, you just can't let that happen. You got the numbers. You got to box out and earn those rebounds.
Yes, you do. Rebounds are certainly earned and not given, especially in an aggressive game like this. They had 2 guys boxing him out, still couldn't grab the board, and the turnover, Lyle. That's his 3rd of the game.
Not a great start for Lyle.
I like this, though, from the Gulf of America. Going to slow it down. They have a 2-point lead, 6.5 left. Driving, left side, layup, good. That's a good shot right there for the Gulf of America, and we have a timeout. 6.5 left to play, a 4-point lead for the Gulf of America. We'll be back in a minute. The men's independent final continues in a moment. Welcome back into the Auburn Rec Center for the men's independent final. It's a lead for the Gulf of America over the Detroit Inmates, 24-20. And the Inmates, a spin jumper from the block. I love that shot. Couldn't get it to go. Kicked out with Unger. Unger
definitely the point of this offense.
Certainly runs this offense. 3 on the way off. Won't
Air
go.
ball on that one.
Pretty good crowd here tonight. A couple of people chanting air ball. It happens.
Friends and family in the crowd?
Perhaps. Gulf of America, he thought he had somebody behind him. He walked.
That was going to be a turnover either way. Traveled through it to nobody, out of bounds.
It goes in the books all the same.
A lot of turnovers from the Inmates from the Gulf of America early.
We'll see what the Inmates can come up with here. Unger receives, free throw line extended, heads towards the corner. Not a lot going for him down here. Drives baseline, spins back, looking to find a shot. Ends up going cross court, deep three, way short. And defensive rebound. Oh, ball tipped around there. It's going to end up with the Gulf of America, and ball swatted away. That's number 44, Nicholas Thayer, getting his hand in there, slowing down the Gulf of America, who were really on the break there.
Just slow down sometimes. You don't. When you rush things, that leads to unnecessary lazy turnovers.
Ball into the block immediately. 2 dribbles and up and in from behind the basket. That's a heck of a layup there. Extends the lead to 6 for the Gulf of America. That team has been a back and forth affair. Both teams have led by more than 1 basket. The largest lead of the game, 6. We've seen it 2 times in favor of the Gulf of America. What a beautiful name, the Gulf of America.
Love it.
Of course, no rooting interest, but, you know. First free throw goes. Cole Kelly for the Detroit Inmates. Also a heck of a name. I got to say, these guys, the men's independent come up with some great names. They had some good ones last year, too.
That's what I love more about the independents. I like the names. It's
fun. You get the names rather than the frats who have the letters and the...
I don't speak Greek.
I know what a euro is.
They're pretty good.
I've never had one.
You got to try one.
I prefer pizza.
Oh, there's the American in them.
The Gulf of America has a deep 3 on the way off the front of the rim. Offensive rebound, though. 2 guys on him. Kicks outside.
He'll go into the lane, and it'll be a turnover.
It's with Lyle. Tried to go behind the back. It was aggressive defense off his foot and out of bounds. It'll go with the Gulf of America.
Turnover number 4 for Lyle.
Lyle, you can tell he's a skillful player. We saw him in warm-ups, but he
was dunking.
Yeah, just maybe getting going a little bit too fast for himself, maybe, at the start of this one. 17 minutes gone, 3 minutes left in this first half. A 5-point lead for the Gulf of America. They've got the ball. Trying to put a little bit of moves on him. Chris Towell went out to the corner and got his own rebound. He got blocked
by Lyle. So we see the athleticism on display.
Got blocked, went back with his own block, and got it. I believe that was John Walker.
And one by Unger. And he'll try to get 3 the old-fashioned way. Great smash-mouth basketball.
We'll see if Unger can convert here. We've already seen 1 and 1 converted tonight.
But we won't see a second just yet.
Back of the iron, tipped out, though. Unger's going to come away with it, so a chance for 4 points on this trip down the floor.
Maybe even 5.
A deep 3. He wanted 5, and he got 5. That's Kelly. Bangs it in from deep. A logo 3 for the Inmates as they cut the lead to 2.
Inmates staying in this one. Not concerned about the lead. They've given up.
Oh, that's a good step through, Joe. I mean, the post moves this game have been incredible. You look at last game versus this game. Last game, a lot of 3-point attempts, a lot of fancy schmancy. This one, post moves have been impressive. Lyle tried the step back 3 off the front of the iron. He couldn't get it. What I love about these 2 teams, they get back on defense really well. Very tenacious defense. Stay in front of their man. Play clean, too.
And there's been less foul calls, so the defense has definitely been tighter and more disciplined, the discipline I was looking for but in game 1.
3 on the way from Thayer, and he got it. Excuse me, that's Thomas Towell. banged the three. The captain for the Gulf of America extended their lead to 7.
Unger's got the ball, thinking about options.
Unger pulls up deep 2, won't go. Rebound with the Gulf of America. So with a 7-point lead. With a 7-point lead, now they have a chance to extend here with a minute left before the half.
Can really set the tone going into halftime if you got a double-digit lead.
See what they come up with. Worked it into the block. Good entry pass there. Hop, step, floater. Got it. So extending the lead to 9. Approaching double digits. We're under a minute left in this first half. You feel like the Detroit Inmates have to find something here. A bit of a run for the Gulf of America.
They've been down multiple times throughout this game, and they've shown the ability to respond, so I'm definitely not counting them out yet.
3 on the way, won't go. So Detroit needs a stop here, need to show something. They've played good defense, staying in front of their man, but the Gulf of America doing very good in the post so far tonight. And he dives on the ball. I love that effort from Kelly. Timeout called before he could roll out of bounds. A heck of a play, an effort play, Joe. Trying to get his boys back in the game. 27 seconds left in the half. We'll be back with the rest of it in just a moment. Welcome back into the Rec Center. Men's independent final between the Detroit Inmates and the Gulf of America. Gulf of America, we've had a back-and-forth affair so far. Both teams have led by more than one basket, but right now it's a 9-point lead for the Gulf of America. The Detroit Inmates got it. 23 seconds left in this first half.
Let's see if they just dribble this out to take the last shot. I think that is the mindset here.
Must be. With no shot clock, I agree with this plan of attack here from the Detroit Inmates. 8 seconds, got to go. Lyles got it way outside. Crisscross into the lane. Got it to go. The layup and the buzzer goes. That's not going to count off the top of the backboard. So 35-28 your score at the half in the men's independent final. Gulf of America leads the Detroit Inmates. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with the second half. Welcome back into the Auburn Rec Center. Carson Meyer alongside Joe Zagelski, Noah Phillips, our excellent cameraman tonight for the Men's Independent Championship, a 35-28 lead for the Gulf of America over the Detroit Inmates. We have a great game on our hands, Joe. It's been back and forth in that first half, but the Gulf of America got ahead there late.
You know, I think a big part of that was making their free throws, stellar defense, not turning the ball over, and driving to the paint.
Well, good entry pass is key for the Gulf of America, and good post moves.
And sticking to their mantra and just earning the points down low.
No answer so far for the Detroit Inmates to the post moves. That little hop step specifically for the Gulf of America, working his way inside. Couldn't get anything. That's number 41.
That was, again, stellar defense. Unger. Great block there from the Gulf of America.
Gulf of America needs to be careful not to get sped up by the speed that Detroit likes to play at, and a good layup there. It's just been so good so far tonight for the Gulf of America in the paint.
They are owning the paint offensively and defensively.
And listen, Detroit may start to send two, but you could see that even open up the three ball now. That's why you want to dominate the paint. Lyle was open on the block there, got lost in the zone.
Yeah,
Unger
great.
Trying to create something here.
Yeah, great zone defense from
outside. Deep three won't go.
Gulf.
A little bit long there off the fingertips of Nicholas Thayer.
This great zone defense is saying if you're going to beat us, it's going to be from the three-point ball.
Deep three won't go for the Gulf of America, so maybe a little bit of an impatient possession. Up 11 here. Minute and a half into the second half. Driving inside, layup good.
Yeah, Jake Koziak getting the first points of this half for the Inmates.
Joe, I got to ask you a question. How do you eat an elephant?
How do you eat an elephant? I don't know.
One bite at a time. That's what Detroit. that's what Detroit has to do here. Just take this one possession at a time. Get a stop. Get a bucket.
I have not heard that one before.
It's a good one. It's one of my favorites. Spin move layup off the backboard and in. Just dominating inside Thomas Toole.
Well, you know, if they're going to
he's had a big night.
He is. If you're going to eat this elephant, you got to have good defense too, and they haven't been able to.
And one in the net for Unger. That's a heck of a play for him. We talked about the offense running through Unger. He'll head to the line to try and cut the lead even more.
The Inmates are showing a great ability to play defense, a great offense here and respond, but they can't be playing back and forth ball. They need some defensive stops.
So the lead 9 right now for the Gulf of America. Unger at the free throw line.
Inmates on top.
And he got it, so it cuts the lead to 8. Gulf of America. Try and find something here. Try and get a little bit of their rhythm back. But if you are Detroit, you're happy with the last couple of possessions. You're right, though. The defense certainly part of eating that elephant one bite at a time. And there it is right there. Kelly comes away with it, poked free.
So big opportunity here.
Got to take this possession seriously. Unger crosses, spins in the lane, layup good off the glass. Cuts the lead to 6 now.
Great fundamental post moves from both of these teams.
Unger, one of the more talented players that I've seen so far tonight in our 2 games.
The post packages we've seen tonight, you just can't have anybody one-on-one in the paint.
No, is the stop floater off the glass like a little bit of a fadeaway layup?
If I'm either of these teams, I'm making them beat me on the three-point line.
Yeah, both teams dominating inside right now. Unger wanted to go right there, couldn't find anything. The layup's certainly more comfortable off of his right hand. He spun back to his right a couple of times. Nicholas Thayer sets the screen. Cross-court pass, 3 on the way, rims out. In and out there for number 50, Jake Koziak. Did I get that right, Joe?
Koziak, that's right.
That's your boy, right? I don't want to mess up his last name, Koziak. Rimmed out for him. That was a brutal one there. Thomas Towle.
Yeah, those in and outs hurt.
Working on Koziak, trying to find something. Spins to his right. The floater won't go.
Great
Rolls
defense.
on the rim. Great defense there from Koziak. Lyle going to push the pace here. Floater, got it.
Cutting to that lead a little bit more.
43-37 the score. 4.5 minutes into this one. Been fast-paced to start this second half. Gulf of America stepped through. Couldn't get it to go. And Unger the rebound. Don't look now, Joe, but Detroit Inmate had a chance to cut it to one possession, but the steal for the Gulf of America. He takes it coast to coast, lays it in. Simple as that, in the lead. Back to 8 for the Gulf of America. Kelly goes long, finds number 44. That's Nicholas Thayer. He goes cross court to Lyle.
I hated that turnover. You were having a great, just made a great stop. You're cutting into this lead, and you just threw it away, and you gave him a free 2.
Another turnover.
That could be a 4-point swing right there.
Could have been. Throwing away opportunities, turnovers, the poison for comebacks.
Yeah, they're deadly.
Gulf of America, a chance to extend their 8-point lead.
Free reign. He wanted to dunk it.
That was a heck of a move, and he did want to dunk it. He looked like he got up there. Maybe we see that later in the game as they extend their lead to 10. The Gulf of America. Detroit inmates need something here, and it should come from Unger. He goes cross-court pass. Koziak lays it up, and I think you got a piece of that there.
I think that was blocked off the backboard.
I think Tal got a piece of that one off the hand of Koziak. So 10 points still the lead. It'll be with Gulf of America. That is a heck of an athletic play. He came out of nowhere.
I didn't even see it.
Koziak looked like he had a free lane to the hoop. I was ready to say he got the layup. Credit to Tal, came out of nowhere.
Yeah, Tal said no layup for you.
Double-digit lead here for the Gulf of America. Working in the paint again. The layup good. Number 2, John Walker has had a night in the paint. He is just eating the Detroit inmates' lunch. Corner 3, Nicholas Thayer left it a little short. The rebound was with the Gulf of America and out off of his foot. That's number 3, I believe, for the Gulf of America.
If I am the Gulf of
Jackson
America,
Elkins.
the second anybody gets in the post, I'm doubling. They are owning that post game right now. The inmates are. You
Gotta
just
force
can't
him to
let it
work
keep
outside.
going.
Spin back lay, good for 2. Cuts the lead to 10. But you're right, Joe. Worth looking at maybe sending that extra guy, forcing them to beat you beyond the arc.
I mean, they can't be stopped right now once they get in the paint. It's in the automatic 2 points, it feels like.
Detroit is certainly in no position to trade buckets. There's a great entry pass there, and Kelly called for the foul. Kelly thinks he got all ball.
Oh, it looked like all ball to me. That one was hammered off the backboard.
It was. It was a big. It's a big windup, though. Here's the thing with foul calls sometimes is we talked about it earlier with the going over top of a guy. It's going to get called when you wind up like that.
But if
you
I
come
hit it off
over
the
from behind
backboard,
somebody, misses the front end, it's going to get called. It's going to get called no matter what there. With a big wind, it looks like a foul, and that's all that matters.
Now, in the NBA, the hand is part of the ball.
I hate the NBA, Joe. Don't bring up the NBA.
In college, the hand is part of the ball. In NCAA, I wonder if that applies in Auburn Intramural officiating rulebook.
Well, I'm sure our wonderful officials, Griffin Biddle, Zach Thomas, Kyle Shaw, all know. Ellie Raymond running the score for us tonight. 49-41 the score. Gulf of America ahead, cutting into the lead a little bit, down to 8.
You know, in the NFL, they got the official, that's part of the officiating.
It's part of the field.
Part of the broadcasting crew. The expert.
Gene Steratore.
Gene Steratore, the guy. I wish we had a Gene Steratore to break down the fouls for us.
The rules man himself. Thomas Tao worked inside, got himself fouled, so he'll head to the line for 2. Try and extend the lead for Gulf of America back to double digits. Got the front end.
In the less interesting tournament going on right now, St. John's is up 8 over Omaha.
Tal gets them both. Back to double digits for the Gulf of America. He's had a heck of a night. Him and John Walker have really dominated inside and out, really, for the Gulf of America. I think he got a foul called, so it'll be baseline out of bounds for the Detroit inmates. Detroit inmates started off behind, came back, took a 4-point lead, and ever since then, it's been Gulf of America's game. Driving inside, Unger goes to the corner, one more. Koziak back to the corner. Driving, good move. It's with Koziak, a little just inside the free throw line, little flick of the wrist. Cuts the lead to 9. Or excuse me, 8.
Been real back and forth, but great job by the by the inmates, really holding on to that lead and not letting it shrink at all.
Walker drives, reverse layup, couldn't get it to go. Rebound with number 20, Samuel Thayer. He goes coast to coast. It's Kelly. Lays it up and one. That's the kind of play you need here if you're going to mount a comeback.
Yeah, no, it's been they've held that lead at 10 for the majority of this second half. So having the opportunity to cut it here by 5, the last time it was this close, we had that really bad turnover by the inmates, that full court pass. Let's see if they can avoid the mistakes here as he makes the free throw.
Well, certainly we'll see what they can come up with. 5-point lead now for the Gulf of America. It's the shortest lead they've had in quite a while. We'll see if they can extend it here.
We just passed the halfway mark of this second half.
Walker driving baseline, goes opposite corner, 3 on the way, a little bit short. Followed a shot, couldn't get the rebound. Layup is good. He got it. That's a heck of a play.
Okay, Jake.
Heck of a play from Jake there to keep that one alive. It was
nice
good
little
effort.
Spin move, kept his eye on the rim.
Good effort on defense there. Just not quite enough to take down Koziak.
And just like that, this is a 3-point ball game.
And a steal. Don't look now, Joe. Unger has it for the Detroit inmates. We've got a ball game on our hands, just under 9 minutes left to play. Kelly thought about the 3. Koziak, it's with Unger, who's at the volleyball line.
Unger's
He's not going to try that.
No, he won't.
Drives left, out to the corner. One more. Kelly, top of the key. Tries the 3. Won't go. Rebound with the Gulf of America. Walker going to push the pace here. Now slows it down. Realize he didn't have the numbers for that. Oh, and a backdoor pass. A good idea. I love that kind of pass there. Just could not quite connect.
Wrong outcome.
Right idea, bad execution, as they say in the business. Kelly up to Lyle, who's just going to stop and try his little floater, and he got it. A 1-point game. 8:15 left in this second half. Timeout. Gulf of America.
With their lead gone.
Their lead gone, down to 1 now. We'll come back with the rest of the first half in just a moment. Welcome back into the Auburn Rec Center. 51-50 your score. The Gulf of America has had their, at times, double-digit lead erased by the Detroit inmates. Just a 1-point game. Gulf of America takes it out. 8:15 to play, Joe.
The inmates have been down multiple times throughout this game, and every time they fought back. Really resilient bunch.
They've certainly dug their heels in on defense, combined with a couple of mistakes from the Gulf of America. Thayer couldn't get, Tall couldn't get it to go.
Tough
Rebound with the Detroit inmates. Lyle going to push the pace, a chance to take the lead. Pump fake, step through, deep 2, won't go. Followed a shot, couldn't get the board.
I don't like the deep 2s.
Don't like that shot. He was a little bit off balance. I think maybe look for the pass there. John Walker lays it up and in, gets the and 1. He'll head to the line to extend the lead to 4.
Great find. Great pass. Great execution. That time it worked out.
Good effort there from Walker. Free throw. Got it. So a 3-point play extends the lead to 4 with just over 7 minutes left. Full court pass to the corner with Kelly, who left it a little bit short. The Detroit inmates had the rebound poked free. It'll be baseline out of bounds.
They called a foul
for the
there.
Inmates. They called a foul?
They called a foul. It will stay with Gulf of America.
It could be with the inmates.
Stay with the inmates, my apologies.
I think they called the foul on the Gulf of America. I thought the Gulf of America had tipped it out maybe. Either way, baseline out of bounds. Kelly will take it out. Inbounds to Unger. Unger drives to his right, stops, flicks up the hook, couldn't get it to go, followed his own shot and got his own rebound. That's good effort. Errant pass back, avoiding the backcourt violation. Unger gets it back in the corner, kicks out.
Koziak with the deep 2.
Couldn't get it to go, and that's a good rebound from Lyle, showing off his athleticism. Couldn't get the floater to go. So it remains a 4-point lead after a couple of chances and a wild possession there for the Detroit inmates.
Gulf America trying to reestablish the lead they've built early in this second half.
And this is the man to do it right there. John Walker, he's had a great night tonight.
Great pass.
There it is, back to him. Couldn't get it to go, and he's fouled. So Walker will head to the line for 2.
They're working on building that lead back up. Got down to 1, so they could bring it easily back up to 6 right here. And time is starting to become part of a factor as we're about to enter clutch time with just over 5 minutes left here in this game.
Missed the first free throw, so the lead remains 4. Remember, the clock ticks during free throw attempts. Walker gets the second. 5-point lead, 5.5 left to play. Need points here. If you are the Detroit inmates, Unger going to take it coast to coast. Tried to go under. Lyle couldn't get the follow. Rebound with Walker.
Walker just is everywhere tonight.
It is. I've said his name more than just about anybody's. Lyle flying around, poking it free. Walker able to maintain possession. Great play from him.
Yeah, that
finally
ball was,
settled down now.
That ball was going everywhere.
Taylor Halprin driving.
Great.
Looked for that kind of wraparound pass. Couldn't find it. 3 on the way. Won't go. I think we've only seen like 1 made 3 tonight, Joe. We have 55-50, and I think I've called 1 made 3.
Sounds about right. I mean, we just haven't seen many been taken anyway.
Koziak going to try a 3. Couldn't get it. Lyle got the offensive board. His follow also won't go, and the rebound with Walker. He snatched that thing with one hand.
And we'll get a jump ball.
We'll get a jump ball. Wow, he tied him up. That was Samuel Thayer got in there and tied up
I thought he was over the
Walker.
back.
I thought for sure that was going to be a foul call or no call at all. But a tie up and
stay with the inmates.
Yeah, stay with the inmates. Possession arrow does flip, though, so remember that for later. The Gulf of America now has the possession arrow. But it's with Unger right now. A chance to cut this 5-point lead. Just over 4 minutes remaining in this second half of the men's independent championship. He tries the 3. Unger couldn't get it to go. Walker got the board. Ahead to Tile. Step through. Layup good. Lead is 7.
That lead, they did not get nervous when their lead got cut down to 1. They just got right back into it and brought it up to 7.
Lyle, an aggressive drive, and he's fouled, so he'll head to the line for 2.
Trying to end this 6-0 scoring drought.
Trying to push the pace a little bit, but we got a timeout on the floor first, so we'll take a quick break. When we come back, Lyle will be at the line for 2. Welcome back into the Auburn Rec Center Men's Independent Championship. 57-50 the lead for the Gulf of America, but Detroit inmates at the line trying to cut the lead to 5. Be Lyle, he drove hard and earned himself 2.
Yeah, Lyle's been aggressive on the boards.
He's been aggressive all night, trying to drive the ball inside, pushing the pace as he gets the front end of it.
We've seen the good and the bad. It's caused some turnovers, but it's also led to a lot of good rebounds, great finishes, so the good with the bad.
He got the second, so cuts the lead to 5.
Ends the scoring drought for the inmates.
Need to stop here. We talked about how important it is on defense, especially when you're trying to mount comebacks. That elephant is right. Gulf of America really slowed down their pace of play. The entry passes coming later and later in their possessions. Something they really like. Underneath his towel, he got lost in the zone, but couldn't get his layup to go. Tipped around. Coming away with it is Thayer. So Samuel Thayer grabbed his rebound and got it to Unger. Unger, clearly the catalyst of this offense, goes cross-court to Kelly. Kelly drives back to Thayer. His two-pointer, good. I love that little two-point jump shot. It reminds me of Al Horford. I don't like the deep twos, but those little mid-ranges I love him. Cuts the lead to 3.
Back to one possession. Another great game on our hands.
Just under 3 minutes to play. A 3-point lead for the Gulf of America.
And I mean, this is the finals. This is the big kahuna.
This is.
Champion, bragging rights, trophies, everything, jerseys, T-shirts. These guys are playing for a lot.
The tension is palpable in the Auburn Rec Center as we approach 2.5 minutes left to play. As I mentioned, the Gulf of America really milking the clock on their possessions now.
Don't blame them.
Entry pass to Walker. He spins to his left, back to his right. His floater off the back of the rim, got his own rebound from the back. He follows again. He went 0 for 3 on that possession, but he'll end up at the line shooting 2, Joe.
Koziak could not get the rebound. Walker just fighting, knowing when his ball is coming down, getting it right, and we'll get a timeout here.
Timeout on the floor. When we come back, be 2 free throws for Mr. Walker, trying to extend the lead for the Gulf of America. Welcome back into the men's independent final. Gulf of America leads. John Walker at the line. Couldn't get the front end of his free throw, so a 3-point lead it remains over the Detroit inmates.
You got the AU free throw celebration going on in the crowds.
I love the school spirit, even at the men's intramural championship. Unger drives, aggressive, blocked. Tal, a great play on the defensive end to keep the lead at 4.
Time is ticking. There is not much time left. Tomorrow, their final comeback.
Outside 3 won't go. Out of bounds. Going to stay with the Gulf of America.
I don't agree with that call. I feel like that was off Walker's hand.
I don't know, Joe. I was going to say the exact opposite.
Well.
Hey, this is where we need a third party to break our vote, like Gene Steratore.
Exactly. Get a little replay review action.
Walker step back 3. He got it. Extends the lead to 7.
I'm going to call that the dagger.
Unger going to try his own 3. It won't get it. Rebound with Thayer. Back outside, Kelly. Kelly drives. Empty corner. Koziak 3 on the way. A little bit long. Rebound with the Gulf of America. We approach a minute left. A 7-point lead for the Gulf of America. The layup up won't go. John Walker the follow. He got it. A 9-point lead under a minute left. Kelly going to try a throwaway deep 3. Couldn't get it to go. And Lyle got the offensive board. 45 seconds left. Lyle drives, layup, and 1. He got the bucket.
And the clock does stop in the final minute.
Clock does stop in the final minute. A chance to cut the lead to 6 with 45 seconds. The odds certainly in favor of the Gulf of America right now. They've earned the spot that they are in, though. A huge 3 there from John Walker, a guy who has worked the paint all night, earned himself that outside shot as Lyle will convert the 3-point play. So a 6-point lead, 45 seconds left. Gulf of America avoiding the foul. They got a foul here.
They got a foul right away.
They finally do. 10 seconds runs off the clock before they can.
Way too much time off the clock.
You got to wonder
down 6
what the communication was like there for the for the Detroit inmates.
I mean, 1-on-1 opportunity, so could quickly get the ball back.
Gulf of America, they converts
Ice.
the front end.
Ice
in his veins is right. Tal, another guy for the Gulf of America, along with John Walker, who has dominated tonight. Second, got it. 8-point lead.
You got to just chuck
Kelly
threes
goes
at this
quick.
point.
Lyle, corner 3, won't go. A couple of bounces around. John Walker grabs the board. A pass up the court, and it Looks like maybe they're trying to send the layup.
He goes for the dunk for the fancy finish.
20 seconds, and they weren't fouling, Joe. I don't know about that one.
I think it's you might have thrown in the flag at this point.
And they weren't going to foul. I think maybe just dribble out the clock. The full court pass goes out of bounds with the Gulf of America. 15 seconds, a 10-point lead.
I mean, you want your highlight reel. This is intramurals after all.
I suppose it is, and it looks like they're going to dribble out the clock and a timeout for the Gulf of America.
Maybe sub in the guys who haven't got to play much this season.
Bring on the reserves. Bring on the bench guys. The seniors. Let the seniors leave to a round of applause. 9 seconds on the clock.
They spent 4 years for this program.
Yeah. We're going to keep it right here for this timeout. Should be a relatively quick one.
And a little bit.
Yeah, look at this. This is the bench. I don't believe there's been a sub yet today for the Gulf of America. But right here, they bring in the bench.
Sportsmanship. Let him play.
Let the leaders leave to a round of applause. And they call the game right there. Gulf of America.
They called the game.
A 10-point win for them over the Detroit Inmates. A great game and an even better call with my friend Joe Zagelski. Noah Phillips on the camera. I'm Carson Meyer.
Been a pleasure.
Good night.
War Eagle.